Afternoon, boys and girls. We are going to start our language arts lesson by doing a short activity. We are going to look at this worksheet and we are going to fill out as much information as we can. You are welcome to talk to your classmates, use a dictionary, and wander around the classroom to use context clues around the classroom to fill this out. So number 3 is already completed. That one is Atlas. And it is about Atlas is the use today is the maps. The mythological character holds the world on his shoulders, and the term fits for the maps because maps are a part of the world and Atlas holds the world. So you're going to just fill out all these columns for as many as you can. You do not have to complete this. Just find as many items as you can in the classroom to help you fill this out and fill it out as best as you can. I will set the timer for 10 minutes, and when that 10 minutes is up, we will come back together as a group. Okay, welcome back, class. Let's gather together. So, we used that activity to talk about allusions. An allusion is where an author refers to something that's happened in history. It can be a person, an event, a thing, and it just helps us understand the topic better. So, what is an allusion? Okay, very good. Yes, you got it correct. It is when an author refers to something. Okay, now I'm going to pass out this story. It is Perseus and Atlas. That is the only story we are going to read today. As we are reading it, I would like you to underline words that you are not sure of, and then circle words that are important. So what is the underline for? Yes, for unknown words. And what is the circle for? Yes, that is for the important words that help us understand the story better. Good job. Okay, we're going to read it together as a group. So after the slaughter of Medusa, Perseus, bearing with him the head of the Gorgon, flew far and wide over land and sea. As night came on, he reached the western limit of the earth, where the sun goes down. Here he would gladly have rested till morning. It was the realm of King Atlas, whose bulk surpassed that of all other men. He was rich with flocks and herds and had no neighbor or rival to dispute his state. But his chief pride was in his gardens, whose fruit was of gold, hanging from golden branches, half hid with golden leaves. Perseus said to him, I come as a guest. If you honor illustrious descent, I claim Jupiter for my father. If mighty deeds, I plead the conquest of the Gorgon. I seek rest in food. But Atlas, remember that an ancient prophecy had warned him that a son of Jove should one day rob him of his golden apples. So he answered, Begone, or neither your false claims of glory nor parentage shall protect you. And he attempted to thrust him out. Perseus, finding the giant too strong for him, said, Since you value my friendship so little, deign to accept a present. And turning his face away, he held up the Gorgon's head. Atlas, with all his bulk, was changed into stone. His beard and hair became forests, his arms and shoulders cliffs, his head a summit, and his bones rock. Each part increased and bulked till he became a mountain. And such was the pleasure of the gods, heaven with all its stars rests upon his shoulders. So I will give you guys a few minutes to just reread the story, understand it as best as you can, and underline all the words and circle the words that you may have missed. Okay, so when we were reading the story and some of the words that you guys found, I'm sure you found Atlas, which we talked about at the beginning of class. So Atlas was one of the gods in this story that held the shoulder, and Perseus defeated him. What we are going to do next, after you guys find your definitions and do your vocabulary and everything, we are going to talk about the plot structure of this story. Okay, so what happened first in this story? We had Perseus having Medusa. So Perseus and Medusa. Okay. And then second, what happened? Yes, very good. He went and found King Atlas. so let's write King Atlas up here. Oh, that should be capitalized. There we go. Okay. And what happened next? Yes, there is a prophecy that Atlas told. Do you guys remember what that prophecy was? Yes, it was of protection. Good job. Okay. Of protection. And then what happened? Very, very good. When Perseus was battling with Atlas, Perseus realized that Atlas was too strong. Okay. And what happened very last? Very good. Atlas was turned to stone by Medusa. Stone. And what else was Atlas turned into? It wasn't just stone, was it? Yes, he became the earth himself. Like it said in the very last part. Let's reread that. His beard and hair became forests, his arms and shoulders cliffs, his head a summit, and his bones rocks. Each part increased in bulk till he became a mountain, and, such was the pleasure of the gods, heaven with all its stars rests upon his shoulders. So, he was turned to stone and earth. Okay. So he's holding up the sky, and he is the earth. Very good. So that's reviewing our plot structure. If I were to write a summary of this, would I need to include any other details? That's correct. You do not need to include any other details. This is just the main ideas of it. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is you are going to take home a piece of notebook paper or pull one out from one of your notebooks at home. It doesn't really matter. And you are going to come up with all the themes that you can. So what is a theme? It is when a main idea of a story, something that the author wanted you to learn. What is one thing that we could learn from this story? Yes, to not take on battles that are too hard for us to take on. Very good. Okay, so tomorrow, what we are going to do after you bring back your list is we are going to choose one that the entire class picked. And we are going to write a paragraph about that theme and learn how to write a paragraph together. Okay. Now let's move on to our next activity. Thank you very much.